This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
It's what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us another look at weather in just a few minutes.
We're going to start off, though, with Joy Bergen. She's got a scene there. What's happening? Is the police are there? Is a wreck of some sort? What's going on?
Yeah, so a very busy scene here. Photojournalist David Mendoza is the one bringing us this live picture. He is in SA Specialty Sky 4, so I just want to turn it over straight to him for more details. David, good morning.
Yes, this is Merton Minner at Wurzbach, right in front of University Hospital. We have reports of a two-vehicle accident. Big response from police. You've got a couple different police agencies here, the hospital police and SAPD. Turns out that both of these vehicles involved are drivable. They're kind of obscured over here by this tree in the middle of the screen, but everybody's out of the vehicle. It looks okay. Just looks a whole lot busier and worse than what it actually is, but there are a lot of police over here on Merton Minner. I'm going to continue throughout the city. I'll let you know what else I see out here. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Appreciate you as always. The only other issue that we're following right now is going to be the construction closures downtown, the lower level of I-35, southbound from 37 to I-10. That's the latest for now with your on-time traffic.
Joy, thank you. Here are the top stories to know before we're heading out the door this morning. A local woman is fighting for her life after being stabbed on the northwest side last night. It happened at the Via Transit Center off of Northwestern Street and Ingram. Police are still looking for that suspect.
Iran's foreign minister has a warning for the United States after one of their warships was sunk by a U.S. submarine. Meanwhile, Senate Republicans show support for the military campaign by rejecting a bill to limit President Trump's war powers.
Congressman Tony Gonzalez has admitted to having an affair with a former staffer. House Ethics Committee is investigating. Meanwhile, his congressional race against challenger Brandon Herrera heads to a runoff in May.
And a reminder, all San Antonio public libraries are closed today. The staff is participating in a system-wide training exercise. Across Texas, Texas set a new voting record in the primaries. About 4.3 million people voted during the early voting period. And then on Election Day Tuesday, that's the highest voter turnout for a primary in Texas history.
President Trump says an endorsement of GOP candidate in the Texas Senate race will happen very soon. Neither Attorney General Ken Paxton nor incumbent Senator John Cornyn reached the majority on Tuesday to avoid a May 26th runoff. Before the primary, sources told NBC News the president was likely to endorse Cornyn if he kept the race close. The winner of that race will face current state representative James Tallarico in the November election. The president posted on Truth Social that whoever he does not back should drop out of the race, writing that the primary contest must stop now.
Emma Allen at the live desk. Some breaking news just in. An Iranian government agency says at least 1,200 people have been killed in the war. And also just in, the conflict over there in the Middle East is now beginning to impact global food supplies. A ship tracking platform reports the conflict has blocked access to several major ports across the Gulf region, leaving container ships stranded outside countries including Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Experts say disruption is affecting food shipments to more than 50 million people in that region. That's significant because reports show Gulf nations import more than 90% of their food, making them heavily dependent on international shipping routes. That's the latest from the live desk.
All right, Emma, thank you. About 15 minutes now before 7 a.m. A family needs help finding their missing teenage daughter, while they're also at the same time fighting the legal system on how it deals with mental health. So missing is that young lady right there. That is 17-year-old Brianna Guetta. She disappeared Monday after she was released from jail. She was arrested Saturday at the Community Bible Church after officers responded to a disturbance. She was booked for an assault against a family member, but her parents say she was simply having a mental health episode. They expected her to be released from jail into their custody, but the sheriff's office says by law, 17-year-olds are considered to be adults. They can be released without a parent supervision. Her parents say the whole thing, the system needs changing.
We're looking for you, baby. We're looking for you, and we're still waiting for confirmation, but right now we got 2 more tips, and they appear to be all on the south side.
She's just amazing, and it's unfortunate that she suffered so much already in her young little life.
Yeah, so what the mom is talking about, their son and her brother, Matthew Guetta, was murdered in 2023 in a very public story. He was shot and killed along with his pregnant girlfriend, Savannah Soto. The suspect accused in that murder will go to trial this month. Back to Brianna. If you see her, call 911.
A father and daughter are recovering after police say a woman shot at them outside their home following an argument. It happened in northeast Bexar County. Investigators say 34-year-old Abigail Hernandez opened fire before leaving the scene. Bexar County deputies arrested Hernandez during a traffic stop. She now faces aggravated assault with a deadly weapons charge, as well as endangering a child. Deputies are still working to determine what led up to the shooting.
Local man's going to spend about 40 years in jail for a deadly road rage shooting. Police arresting Danielle Moten 4 years ago for shooting into a car while driving on the southeast side. Now, he claims a 70-year-old driver brake checked him and tried to run him off the road. He was simply firing the gun in self-defense. Several witnesses, though, say that's not true.
A judge is allowing Camp Mystic to open one of its locations this summer. Family of one of the people who died during the catastrophic July 4th flooding asked a Travis County judge to keep that camp closed. Now, the judge says the camp can reopen its Cypress Lake location with enhanced safety measures, but the Guadalupe location will not be allowed to reopen. That is where the camp where 27 people died in the flooding. It's been 33 days since Nancy Guthrie was abducted from her home. Not one person has been arrested, and investigators have not had any solid leads in the case. The Pima County Sheriff says a pair of black gloves found roughly 2 miles from Guthrie's home were traced to a local restaurant employee and not connected to the crime. Investigators are still looking into other pieces of evidence sent to a lab for DNA testing.
A couple of interesting sports stories here. The New England Patriots are releasing wide receiver Stephon Diggs by the end of the week. The Associated Press reporting that Diggs led the team in receptions, receiving yards, helped them get to the Super Bowl where they lost to the Seahawks. He is currently facing charges for allegedly strangling his former private chef in December of last year. And college football legend and former Notre Dame coach Lou Holtz died yesterday, surrounded by his family. He led Notre Dame famously to the national championship in 1988. He won 249 games over 33 years at 6 different schools. He's also the only head coach to ever lead 6 teams to bowl games. Holtz was a character on the sidelines and on TV in retirement. Lou Holtz, gone at the age of 89.
Happening today, AT&T is hosting a hiring event. They're looking to fill call center sales representative positions. It's happening from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at its downtown corporate office. They say the positions are full-time and come with a competitive wage and benefits package. Walk-ins are welcome, but they highly encourage you to apply online ahead of time.
All right, about 10 minutes now from 7 a.m. 190 years ago today, South Texas was bracing for the Battle of the Alamo. So later today, the NASDAQ stock exchange will ring its closing bell here in San Antonio over at Alamo Plaza.
That's pretty cool. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon joins us now with more on this momentous occasion and the special guest who will do the honors.
Well, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is expected to be ringing that closing bell at the NASDAQ right there at the Alamo. It is one of the most iconic landmarks in Texas, and today the world will witness history with NASDAQ's ringing its closing bell on the plaza. The event will give locals and visitors a chance to watch a piece of financial history. The governor again expected to do the honors later this afternoon. Now, we did catch them setting up for the big event in front of the Alamo. It's set to take place between 2:45 to 3 p.m. when the market closes. NASDAQ was the world's first electronic stock market and is currently the second largest stock exchange in the world. This is something that would not normally happen outside of New York City at the stock exchange, but the Alamo was chosen to host the closing, and that's what makes it so special to all of us, especially now.
2026 marks Alamo 190 years since the siege and battle of the Alamo. It also marks America 250 years of the United States as a nation. Those are 2 milestone years, both happening at the same time. So it's an honor that NASDAQ chose the Alamo to help us celebrate those anniversaries.
Now, Alamo officials say that the public is invited to attend the ceremony, which again is expected to begin around 2:45 this afternoon. I'm Christina De Leon. I'll send it back to you.
Well, summer's going to be here before you know it. There's a new attraction at Schlitterbahn to keep you cool.
3, 2, 1, and welcome. Let's introduce the new Wasserbahn Race. racer.
Yeah, so Marisa says she is definitely out on this. I think Jeannette is probably out on this as well, although she's a little more adventurous than Marisa. They're called the Wasserbahn Racers. This is 3 lanes. It's a 300-foot slide. You go face first.
Listen, that's why I don't want to do it. Going face first and 25 miles per hour doesn't sound
Yeah, you go
fun.
very fast, but it's a race and they have a clock,
It's not going face
and I don't know if there's a prize at the end, but probably just bragging rights.
A prize?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if you got a prize of some sort. It's a competition. I mean, what's a competition without a prize at the end?
Oh, I guess if you do like, there's 3 slides, right? So you go down.
Well, I mean, we have to do it. They have 3 slides. It's 3 of us. We're going to check out the new attraction
Hold on a minute.
at
Hold
SeaWorld tomorrow.
on a second.
So
What?
we're going to have to show Schlitterbahn some love. No? Ah, all right.
Maybe.
Hey, speaking of water, we'll likely see lots
Probably
of it in
not.
our area this weekend.
I'll do it. I'm not going face first. Feet first.
Feet first. I think you have the option now. Feet first, head first. Here we go. Rain and storms this weekend. Strong to severe storms are possible. We are looking at an increased severe storm risk for the area Saturday especially. The weekend ahead will be a lot cooler. So we're now entering a more active weather pattern. Yesterday, most of the storms, as expected, were up across central and north Texas. Today, just like yesterday, mostly dry. However, there is a slight chance for maybe an isolated thunderstorm out west. Another chance for an isolated storm closer to San Antonio and the Hill Country later tomorrow. Now, the weekend ahead does look quite stormy. Strong storms, again, increased severe weather risk, could also have heavy rain, and that could cause some flooding concerns. The main driver for the active pattern is this area of low pressure, which is currently across the Intermountain West. That will drop to the south, and then it eventually moves off towards the east. Counterclockwise circulation around low pressure will pump in a lot of that Pacific moisture in the mid to upper levels. At the surface, we have moisture coming up from the Gulf. You can see how that then moves across Texas spring break week. I would say the wettest day next week is Tuesday. Rain chances then decrease Wednesday. It's dry late next week into the following weekend. This afternoon, it does look partly sunny here. Between 4 and 8 p.m., heads up, Del Rio, Brackettville, Eagle Pass, perhaps Rock Springs could see storms developing on the Mexico side of the border. Then moving off towards the east, however, weakening. Tomorrow morning, it'll be cloudy. Some isolated showers are possible. And then in the afternoon, just like today, just like yesterday, we will see clouds break for some sun and the wind picks up. Couldn't see that on future radar, the chance for a storm, but just be prepared that there could be an isolated storm tomorrow evening from the north side of San Antonio to the Hill Country. The rain chances, as you can see on future radar this weekend, picking up from the Hill Country to San Antonio. It looks like late morning through the middle of the afternoon, scattered showers, couple thunderstorms. This is when things get interesting. You may see a complex of storms or a line of storms, some strong, developing to the west and then moving off towards the east, coming across San Antonio and the I-35 corridor around midnight. It looks like the wettest period here will be late Saturday into early Sunday. Temperatures, low 80s for highs on Saturday. We'll get to that at noon on Saturday, and then highs in the low 70s on Sunday, if we're lucky, if we make it to 70. A general 1 to 2 inches of rain across the area. Northern spots could pick up over 2 inches, and that's where there's the greatest risk for flooding. Very important to be weather aware. Next week, there you go, that 60% rain chance is on Tuesday. Next week will be a lot cooler than this week as well. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. 50-60% rain chance this weekend out west. Hill Country, 80% rain chance over the weekend, and showers and storms likely in the eastern zone this weekend as well.
All right, we've got a new issue that we're following on the northeast side. That's going to be the eastbound lanes of Loop 410 as you're approaching I-35. Possible accident there. On top of that, we have the delays downtown as well. The lower level of I-35, that's southbound from 37 to I-10, and I am seeing a lot of congestion as you're heading into the downtown area southbound on I-35. As for the rest of San Antonio, though, I would say traffic as a whole is on the lighter side. Here's what it looks like. That's the latest for now with your on-time traffic.
All right, finally, new video game called Karen that's designed to help folks relieve stress if they are denied a refund or return. Looks like a Karen, I guess. I don't know. What did a Karen look like? Anyway, the character in it destroys several stores. She doesn't get her way. She goes nuts.
She goes nuts.
That's what it said.
It's crazy.
Okay, well, the studio says the idea is to be, quote, the worst person possible, and they joke that the game is rated E for entitled. I'm guessing there's going to be some backlash about this, yes?
Yeah,
Probably
because,
some folks are not going to be
I'm
happy.
not a Karen, but I don't think Karens go in the mall and do that.
No.
They report people who do that.
It's a video game. Anyway, live, laugh, love. She didn't like that. Anyway, no announcement on when it's going to be online. I looked forever on, is it like a Nintendo or I don't know, what are the video game systems? Atari? Do they still have
Atari? I don't think it's
PlayStation.
Atari.
I think it's just like one of those games you play on your laptop, your computer.
Is that right?
I think so.
We have to Google it.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't,
and you couldn't find it?
I don't think it's a system. I think you just download it to your computer. Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll find it for you.
I don't think you're going to play it anyway, right?
No.